Do, do, do. Yo, yo. How you doing, Lim? Let me know if the stream's alright. Facebook's been moaning about bitrate, not bitrates, keyframes. I think I've got it set to automatic and it's on 0, so I don't know what it's moaning at. I'm good, just at work. Ah, no way. Are you at work till late? It's a little bit different. I thought I'm sitting here, I've got my camera sorted out to do some video recording. I thought, you know what? Let's see if we can go live. I'm multi-streaming as well. So we're on Facebook, YouTube. I think Kick should be rolling. I did set it up. It's saying I'm offline on Kick though. That's no good, is it? I don't even know if my YouTube's working. Let's see if YouTube's working. Oh yeah, it's working. Oh, the chat's really small, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's working. Oh, the chat's really small, isn't it? A minute. If I can edit the chat size. That is small. At 211. Oh, no way, man. I'm trying to sort out the size of this chat. Let's see if we can get it a little bit readable, shall we? Not very big, is it? Even there, it's not very big. Oh, hello. Oh. Put that up there. So YouTube's rolling as well. Ugh. See how it goes. So hopefully the autofocus is alright on the camera. Yeah, cool. Lift that up a little bit more. Don't know why the kick's not working, but hey ho. Right, let's get me a little tray sorted. I've been trying to print out some orc stuff because obviously I'm getting into back into my miniatures and all that kind of stuff, and I've got this orc here. I struggle to bend my hand. I have to really bend my elbow around. Oh, my scar's looking a lot better. Looking a bit better. So yeah, I'm doing these little orcs at the moment, and they are tiny. And it's like, check out the faces. Don't know how zoomed this camera will go. About there, maybe? Yeah, the detail's insane on this printer. So, let me know if the music's too loud or if my microphone keeps cutting out or anything like that. I'm using my headset mic at the moment. So yeah, I've been doing these orcs and I've been having some trouble with some of the supports. So I'm just going to get one off the build plate. Pretty much printed everything for one of them yesterday, and the torso didn't print. I was just left with a bunch of supports, which was fun. So I'm just going to clean the excess resin off the build plate before I remove the build plate. I will be sorting out a printer camera for everyone to see the printer while I'm working on the printer. I've got enough cameras to do that now. I just haven't set it up today. This is a bit, just a bit random. Just thought I'd go live and say hello to everyone. Seeing as I've not said hello for a few days. Hope everyone's had a good start to the new year. Right, I'm just going to grab a build plate now. Ugh. Sorry you can't see this. Like I say, I haven't set my camera up in here just yet. But I will. Oh, this is a struggle with my dodgy hand. Just scraping off the excess resin off the build plate at the moment. Right, this seems to have printed now, so I'm wondering if I had an underexposure issue. Because I've increased my layer height by 0.01 of a mil, and I didn't increase the exposure time, which I've now done. So you can see a little guy in there. That's one of the torsos, so I'm going to pop that off, get that back in the vat. Super easy with this tool. Just take it nice and slow. Should just pop off. Boop. Get that back in the vat. See, I see lots of people obsessing over cleaning the build plate every time. I don't bother ever, because you clean the build plate and then you dunk it in the resin again. So it's like, well, what was the point in cleaning it? You just dunked it back in the resin to print. You know, once you home it, it's back in the resin. I kind of don't get the whole obsession of cleaning it all off, because you're just cleaning off resin, which you then put back on to reprint the next lot. I don't know, some people. Keep seeing a lot about over curing as well. You know, keeping it in the UV light for too long, but it's a print. If a print's curing, it's cured. You can't over cure something. It's not like you're cooking an egg and you're going to burn it. Right, this is the piece I really wanted to check out, because I need to be very careful here, because on his little jacket he's got a zip and it's proper small. I'm just getting rid of some excess resin before I dunk it. The more resin I can get off now, the longer my IPA survives. do do do. So you can see how tiny this is. It's got a tiny little zip in here. So I'm going to carefully heat gun it. Carefully, super careful. And it takes literally a few seconds before you start burning the resin. I'm using a bit of tissue on my right hand just so I don't contaminate the heat gun when I go to reuse it. Just trying, like I say, to be very careful because that zip there, I don't want to break the zip. I think I got it. With the zip intact as well. You can just see it hanging down by my thumb. There, look. Little tiny zip. That was actually a nice pull off with the supports there. See if it's got any scarring. They seem to be quite proud, which means I can sand them off and cut them off, which is good. A little bit in there, so I'm going to clean this up. Get some more resin off it. I've got to be careful because it's soft. But yeah, the more resin I get off now, the longer my IPA survived, which is getting dirty now. Let's get my IPA. I'm quite impressed with that. So yeah, that failed a couple of times, that torso, so I've had to keep readjusting my supports. I think I may have had an underexposure a little bit as well, just with the increased layer height. So it's all very much trial and error with this stuff. Do 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 do. Let's give it a nice little dunk. I need some new IPA soon. Look how dirty that is. I do have a wash station, but I've not found I've needed it at the moment. I've been doing quite okay with this. Get in there with a brush, give it a quick brush off. This is a step people miss. Just giving it a little brush while in the IPA. A lot of people just dunk it, rinse it, and yeah, it's okay, but give it a little brush, get right in there. Dun, dun, dun. Let's get the lid back on before I intoxicate myself. See, most of the fumes from resin printing can often be the VOCs from alcohol as opposed to the actual resin itself. I've seen some people monitor the VOC levels in their room, and as soon as they open the IPA, it just skyrockets. Let's give this a little clean off. Blow it off with the just one of these little wireless kind of airbrushes. They're not like amazing, they're not like crazy powered, but for priming, just general airbrush stuff, you know, as long as you're not looking for anything too technical, it's dead handy. I use this to get rid of like excess resin to start with, and now I'm using it to get rid of the excess alcohol, really getting it out of the sort of dents and grooves. Doing this step is what helps stop with when you get all the white frosting when you cure. it right now. I'll zoom my camera in a bit, shall I? Ooh. Do a little bit of an adjustment here. So yeah, he's looking good. He's still not cured yet, so he's a little bit shiny still. I need to get in here and get rid of that. There's a couple of supports in there. I can't remember where else I put some. This is when I have to take my glasses off. See, I've got glasses for kind of distance, but it's an absolute nightmare. Anything sort of like book level, it's a nightmare. It's horrible. And the only way I can avoid it is to get by the varifocal, so I look like an old granddad where I'm like looking up and down with my glasses. So, I've also got a set of these as well. Let's have a little look at these. Look. Set of these. Come in a snazzy case. Using these when I paint, stop the old eyeball strain. Seeing all the details as well. It's quite clever. It's got a little USB light on it. I'm using these when I paint. Yeah, try and get it away now. Do. Right, scalpel time. Let's get this out. I like to do this step as well while the resin's uncured. If you do it while it's cured, it can be very difficult. If you do it while it's not cured, it tends to be a little bit softer. You can cut and shape a bit easier. Obviously you have to be careful because it does have the effect of being soft, so again, yeah, while it's easier to cut now, it can be easy to mark and scratch. So I'm just checking for any other supports I want to get off. There's a few little lumps on here. There's one. There's just one in here. But managed to get it off and I can't pick it up with a scalpel now. Eee. Come on, you little pig. There we go. Got it. Got you, little booger. If you're watching, say hello. I won't bite. I can see all the chats across YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Just thought I'd go live while I'm doing a little bit of work on this little guy. So if you spend the time doing this now, when you prime, you won't see loads of stuff and go, ah man, I wish I'd sorted that. It's a bit of a toss-up when you come to 3D resin printing with support wires. It's like you need them so it doesn't fail, but then you need to think, where do I put them so that if they leave this kind of rash, where will it not be too bad? Usually on the back of the model people go for. Got a couple of little marks on his arm and then we're ready to cure. I need to increase the brightness on that cam. Yeah, that's a little bit better for you. Right, I think this guy is ready to cure. Not looking too bad. Nice little studs on his jacket there. Right, let's give it some more other liquid on here. Before I cure him, I'm just going to leave him for some time just to let the alcohol evaporate before I put it in the cure. It's my little handy resin tray. Went pink with the silicone because every other colour was like triple the price. So I was like, well, it's only going to get dirty. Pink is all good. And plus, I don't really use pink as a colour often, so if you drop parts, you'll see a lot of people, they go for grey, black or blue, even sometimes green, and it's like if you do a lot of work in those colours, you're going to end up losing parts or it becomes hard to see. So sometimes picking an obscure colour works in your favour. Plus, like I say, it was a third of the price. So yeah, I recommend if you haven't got one already in your 3D printing, get one of these. Just be very careful with it because it's very, very sharp and it will dig into the plate. So very shallow angle, work it slowly, side to side, and then just pop it off. Pop it off. That is my little resin tray setup. I'm going to grab the orc, the other parts to that torso. Oh god, still struggling to stand. Do 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 do. Quite funky, these tunes. Let me know if the music's too loud. There we go. Fresh out of the curing station. Check these bad boys out. Should we zoom in? Nice little chainmail. Got some support rash just under here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until it's primed, and then I'll go back in and just neaten that up. Sometimes it looks worse than it is. Like sometimes it has to be, you know, it has to look marked to be smooth, if that makes sense. So sometimes it's worth doing a little bit and then leaving it until primed, and then just adjusting it and then re-priming. A lot of these are actually just flakes from where I've actually taken stuff off. In fact, I could come in with a dry brush. Now, I actually had a bit of a print failure on this one. If you look at the speaker, the corner edge, one of the supports failed, and it was the first support picking that up, and then it starts to pick it back. The rest of them start to pick it back up as it printed. But all I'm going to do is just make it damaged. These are Orcs after all, so I'm going to come in. I'll probably scuff this up, a bit of sandpaper, and scuff it, and maybe dent it, and then just make it look like a battered speaker. Like a, you know, they're Orcs after all. So this is still a little bit rough. So. Now it's cured, you can come back and level it out. Like I say, sometimes it looks worse than it is. It can feel really smooth but look really bad. So I will get some sandpaper and just do the old circle motion as well, make sure it's proper flat on here. These are it's the Modulok. Really nice sculpts these. I'm doing the Orc Rock Band at the moment. Keep going over to the left here, don't I? Let's tilt the camera around there. Hello, sorry for bringing you. I want to. Howdy, Raven. I really like Twitch. All right, Matthew, how you doing? I only just had to hit the chat pop up there. How you doing, Matthew, man? Good to see you. So we've got his little guitar. I kind of over-supported this a little bit just because it's very thin. So the back of it's a little tiny bit rough here. It's not too bad. You're not really going to be seeing the back of the guitar too much. You got his gun. And these are tiny. The detail on these, they're just so small. Look. I zoom right out. And zoom out. How small that is. Trying to think what I can put next to it that you'd like be able to scale it with. I got that's okay. I've got an old SIM card here. A little bit bigger than a SIM card. That's how small it all is. I think that's crazy. What I am thinking of doing for supporters and for Patreons, going to be doing a giveaway as well every month or two, a figure. Okay, let's get him in here. Look at the detail on that. Even got his earring. So yeah, we've got him. I need to keep all these parts separate. They're all now cured. We've got this other guy over here. This one over here has got like broken bottles and stuff on him. Got a broken bottle. What's this one got over here? Oh yeah, this one. He's got actually pretty cool. He's got a gun on a holster. Oh yeah. Cade likes this one. So he's got a proper spiky bat. And then he's got a hand with his middle finger up. Yeah, the spikes on this bat came out awesome. They're actually pretty sharp as well. So he's ready to build. Oh, I did this for the my airsoft sniper rifle. I've done these as well. Custom, based on a Barrett 50 cal muzzle brake. So you got the Barrett 50 cal kind of style, which is this flat section here with the fins going out and the vents on the side. But then I've done this cylinder through the middle. So you've got like the muzzle brake. So I've got them. I'm going to put the model on Colts and then do proper supply 3D prints as well. So I've also got, what else did I do? I did a test print model as well. I say a test print model, it's a bit of a, well, it was a test print to be fair. The I've got the legs go on the back. The legs actually failed. And they kind of printed and then delaminated and then printed again. So I'm going to sand them down. I should be able to get them on and look okay. I've got the two legs over there. Perry coming in with the like, how you doing? So yeah, she's a little bit naughty here. But look at the detail in the face. And the hair. So yeah, she is supposed to have claws. She's a bit like venomized. You can see all the vine work. So I'll be painting that up at some point. A little bit rude. Don't get too excited there, Perry. Good to see you there, man. Hope you're well. So what I need to do now is I am going to zenithal, which means dry brush the tops of all my speed paints, because the colours in the bottles don't accurately, should I say, represent the colours in the bottles. These both look black, for instance, but they're not. That's Orca clay, and that's hardened leather. That's quite a bright brown, that, when it's mixed and out. So they've been primed black on the lids. I'm gonna dry brush them white, and then by the time I get to the beginning, I can start to open the paint bottles and actually paint over the white. And because these are speed paints, they're quite translucent. So you'll see that where it's black, you won't really see it, but then where it's bright white, you'll see it. So then it gives you that all the different tones in between. So it's why they call it speed painting, because it gives you the main color, the highlight, and the dark recess shade all in one paint. These are really good, and I've been wanting to get them for a long time. I've got a full set of Vallejo paints, but unless you start mixing them with contrast medium, you can't do what these do. It takes a long time. Perry with the bing bong. Brian with the like, how you doing? So I have some, this will be a little test as well. I've got a cheap acrylic white, and this was huge, but it costs like £4 or something ridiculous. Titanium white, Blanc d'Itanie. So I'm hoping this is okay. We shall see. I've never used this before, so ooh. How you doing, Perry? Good to see you, man. Wow, that's thick. Do 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 do. This paint is really thick. Nice bright white. Now what I would normally do if I was doing the full zenithal dry brush look with prime in black, then I would do a grey, then I would do the white, like do a heavy Right, Dane, how you doing? I should make you a mod, shouldn't I? Right, Dane, how you doing? Good pal, you? Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I haven't even got my Twitch up on here, actually. Should do, shouldn't I? Let's get me Twitch going and then I can ban him, can't I?
Otherwise, I can do it
Oh shit.
No, I'm alright, thanks.
What is going on here? Video, create a dashboard. You are live, manage stream, yes please. There you go, blocked. Not so bad. Turns out rats chewed my fibre cable the other day because of all the trash in the alley. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Not pointing any fingers or anything. Oh, who would that be then? Alright, I need to get myself another brush here so I can do this dry brushing. Now, what I might do is try out one of my cheap little tricks. I've got these off Temu or Ali. Can't remember if it was Temu or Ali. One of the two. Temu's just an expensive Ali, but then stuff's delivered quicker. I got these for about 40p. I think it was 40p for like these makeup brushes. The bin lady of Melrose. Apparently she was running down the street the other day because they came so early. We missed them. It's my fault. It was absolutely lashing down and I was supposed to take the bin out. And I thought to myself, I'll do it after it finished raining. Then when I finished on my PC, I literally just turned everything off and crashed out. So then they came. They don't normally come to like 10 or 11. That bastards. Right, I actually have. Check this out. This is one of my prototypes, and I've not actually. I need to cure it. I've not cured it yet. It failed anyway, but I've actually done a test print on a texture palette with the Raving Gaming logo there. Look. But it's failed on the top pieces. It needed a few extra supports and stuff. But yeah, this is just an initial test print. It's not my final product. The one I've done now is bigger. It's got more mixing pots in there. It's got more stuff in there. But yeah. Oh, yes. Have you making use of it? We've used it a few times. We need to figure out how to use it properly, because if we put stuff in the drawer with just the paper, it doesn't seem to cook underneath. So you've got them little plate things to put in, which obviously I don't know, we got to put them in and try it all out. But yeah, the last few times we're figuring it all out and we're writing all the stuff down as well. We did some nice bacon in there the other day. That was nice. Some nice beer can. Actually, if I do the top a lot, that gives me the full rich colour, doesn't it? Yeah, don't use the paper, just use the metal plates and you put it in and stick the food on there. Yeah. I shall let the chief chef know. Bless her, she's been trying it out. Got all excited earlier. I got a thing from Uber going on about the new steak thing from McDonald's, but it's not available to order until tomorrow, so I'm wounded. Have you tried that smash burger, Dane? That is really nice, that smash burger. It's down the harbour, but they deliver. Yeah, been a couple of times. Ooh, cheeky. Yeah, they have that deal, don't they? If you go down there, it's a bit cheaper. It's like $6.50 for a double burger or whatever. That's pretty good. Might have to mix this with some water or something. It's very thick and it's almost like cream. It's almost creamy. I've never been since they started doing deliveries. Only used to go when they were operating out of Slice. Not been since Ash got in his new shop. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's nice. We've had a couple of deliveries. It's been really good every time. Actually, like really filling as well, which is good. Get all these different colours on the go. Might have to check it out. Yes. Yeah, if you go down there in the day before 5, they do like a double burger. I think it's double burger, chips and drink for like $6.50 or something. It's really nice. Went a bit heavy on that one. I have to really go over some of these. Might do 2 coats, I don't know. So is the trouble when you use something new. Trial and error for a while. Zenithal. So quite a few of these to do. But yeah, I haven't actually used these yet. I'm looking forward to seeing what all the colours are like in the flesh. Managed to get a really good deal on these as well. What I ended up instead of buying the full kit, which was, you know, it's like 300 and something quid, I literally just scoured for all the colours that the majority of the people I like who do painting and that use. Wrote down a list of the most common ones and then just ordered them separately. Saved myself quite a bit of money because there's quite a few colours that when I've watched people who have done the full sets like this, there's quite a few colours like the greens and blues that all look the same or very, very similar. So you could get away with just tinting them a little bit if you wanted to change the shade. And that obviously saves you a bottle, you know, depending on where you buy them as well, you know, between 3 and 5 quid for a bottle. So, yeah, 10 bottles, 30 to 50 quid. Starts to add up. I'm going to leave them ones there and do all the tops in one go. Is there a reason you're painting the lid? Yes. Yeah, a lot of the colours don't look like they are in the pot. And the way I'm going to be painting these is called what they used to be several different names. They call it slap chop now, but seems to be like some new fandangled name they've given this old dry brushing process. So basically you do a primer black, and then I usually do grey dry brush, so it leaves obviously the black in the recesses to a point, and then you go over it with a white catching the highlights. And then when you use the speed paints, because they're almost like a mix between a paint and a wash, you get the dark tone where the black recess is, and it almost stays black. And then you've got the natural colour where it's dry brushed through, and then you've got the highlights on the very edges where it's the whitest. And if you paint the lids this way, I'm going to be able to see what this colour's going to be like in the dark, the normal, and then the very white. So I get to, you know, all three tones in one go. And now I've done it once, I can just use this same lid when I buy another bottle. I'll just swap the lid, so obviously I'm not repainting it twice. So yeah, I'm going to use a little bit of paint doing this now, but it allows me to preview what it's going to be like on the models before I put it on the models. So, but yeah, some of the colours are very, like this is actually quite a light brown when it's mixed up, but in the bottle it looks almost black. But once I start painting that lid, it's going to be very, very different. Actually, it's going to be wet, I can't open it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling this white paint. It might be this brush, to be fair. A very creamy paint. Like I say, I might have to water it down. Yeah, I've got to keep an eye on the time here. Not too many to go. Let me start painting. It's going to be quite a nice colour. See, like where it's separated, you've got like the dark wash tone at the top, and you've got the almost green, cream green looking colour at the bottom. So I do actually have this little fancy thing. Where has it gone? Let's plug this in. If you haven't got one of these and you do painting, these are actually originally for tattooists. Mix the inks. But yeah, these are amazing when you want to paint. Rare. So yeah, that's gone like a proper bone colour now. I need to adjust the camera just to bring these out in the proper way it looks to me. That's very green cream looking on the screen, but in my hand it's well, it says light greyish green, but it does look like that on the camera, but to my eyesight it looks more of a bone colour, kind of almost brown in a sense. Rigor mortis, yes. But yeah, these are cool. This one's just a tattoo shaker. This one, I think I got it for like £15 off Ali again. They were on Temu, but they were like 20-25 quid. It's a lot of money. A lot more money than it should be. Caribbean Ocean. That one's proper separated, that one. Needs a good old shake. It's also worth it as well when you buy speed paints to make sure you get the 2.0s. It used to be very difficult because the first batch of 2.0s that came out didn't have 2.0 written on the label, so you didn't know if you were getting true 2.0 or not, but now you do because it has the little 2.0. Speed paint 2.0, so make sure you've got 2.0 because these ones don't reactivate when you layer them. The old ones do. That's the thing, people criticise Army Painter quite a bit. You know, as with any products, some work for some people, some don't. It all depends what you're doing, humidity, temperature, you know, your climate can affect different paints. So to outright say, oh, it's just crap, is, you know, it's a bit without being constructive. But Army Painter do tend to modify their formulas when there's an issue or when they feel they could do something better. Which you can't really ask for more, really. Do. So, yep, not being very neat, just get it on there, whack it on. Rigor mortis. You should really use a texture palette for dry brushing, but we're all good right now. I think we're over halfway. I did get quite a few. I didn't get the full 90 range, but I got a fair amount. Just trying to grab them all without knocking them all over. Yeah, you could actually say I brought a fair amount. Oh shit. Yeah, I did check the funky trousers out, a little Christmas present there. But yeah, so I've got all of them. All in all, I think I've got about 40 here, if not more. So yeah, I've got a few. Hopefully the picture's okay for you because it's downscaling from 4K. I don't know if that's working out alright for you because I'm going to do some recording while I'm streaming at times. So, and I want it in 4K so I can do zoom ins and stuff without losing resolution at 1080p. Wow. But yeah, we're going to do some epic prints. I've got some Orc helicopters to print. I've got the Orc rock band, the full sets to print. I've got some custom Titan stuff to print. Mr. Gibb, cheers for like, how you doing? Like I say, let me know if the stream's running okay, because I'm multi-streaming all over the show here, so... Do 1,278 day followage, 37 month supportage. Damn. Thank you. How you doing, man? Are you home from work now? Or are you still out and about? Looks okay. Good. I think what I am going to do is go over them again, just ever so slightly edge highlighting. It's going on quite grey without me oversaturating. So if you look at it now, it looks quite grey. Then what I'll do is I'll just come back and just catch the edges. Ever so slightly. Do all the tips bright white. So I'm going to be streaming painting, going to be streaming 3D modeling, slicing and doing supports on models. I'm going to start doing some reviews on models as well. I've been quite disgusted how many paid models still have errors when they're sold in their construction, and how much the pre-supports are missing islands, which creates printing errors, which when you're paying sometimes $20-30 for a model, that should not be happening. They should be taking the time to test print, sorting out the models. So I'm going to be going through the ones I've got, Patreons, models I've purchased, models I'm given, giving honest reviews and highlighting if they're doing well or not. Collectively now I've got nearly 15 years experience in 3D printing, so resin less, because back in the day resin printers didn't exist. I still remember the Eiffel Tower when they someone started printing the Eiffel Tower out of resin, and it was all like, whoa, it's coming out liquid. Driving home now listening. Woo-hee. Safe journey, man. At that Tremors in the Tunnel, I sort of met up with a couple of people when I watched a video of someone who also had an accident last month. They actually a Jeep or like a large car 4x4 thing actually did a right turn going over their lane as they were going towards it. So cars sat there, and you see the footage from the Ring doorbell at this angle. So you see the car there, and she's not in view yet. This car's just there, and then all of a sudden it starts to turn. You just see her come along here. She hits it and just goes straight over the bonnet. Does a full flip, and it's as if her body didn't move off the bike. She was in like a sitting pose going over the top of the car. It was just like, what? Crazy. And she's straight back on the bike. The amount of crashes she's had, she's a demon. She really is. No one can ever tell her not to get on another bike. She's an animal, bless her. Yep. Seen plenty of bikes I want. And like I say, I've chatted to a couple of disabled. There's a group on Facebook for disabled riders, and a couple of old boys were chatting about it. And one of them, he's got quite bad back issues, so he can't sit down for very long, like in a normal chair and that sort of thing. Like, gets really bad backaches. So he actually is better on his bike than in a car. And then his wife's car's fully manual. His is automatic, but his wife's manual. So if he's ever driving his wife's car, you know, obviously changing gear, clutch and all that, it just says it just does his ankles in. So he's actually much better on his motorbike. He's always out on his motorbike. He gets off. He's got his little walking stick, collapsible walking stick. So it's doable. Few people with no legs in America on that group. They've got that special wheel system where I think it's 10 mile an hour or less. 2 wheels fold down from the swing arm. So obviously you got the swing arm like that, and then these are just underneath, and they lower down with 2 wheels, basically forming stabilizers, so the bike stays upright even though their feet aren't on the floor. Pretty clever, really. It's good. Right, so gonna get a little fully white on the tops. Ooh, God, my arm was twitching then. That's one thing I've noticed with all the nerve damage from the crash. My arms and my legs and half twitch at times. Or like my wrist and stuff. Certain angles, weird. I wasn't quite dry, that one. Do, do, do. So I did get a bottle of this as well. So what I can do is effectively turn my Vallejo paints into speed paints of sorts. So I'm going to be giving that a try. Be interesting to know what it's made. Water-based acrylic paint. It's obviously like a contrast medium of sorts. That'll be good to try, because Vallejo got some nice colours. So if I can harness them into the speed paint range. I do have some paint bottles as well, so it might be that I make up my own Vallejo speed paint mixes, which would be good. See, I cheat and just get on the top seal it. It's like so many. But once I've done this, I never have to do it again. I can just transfer these lids from pot to pot. Well, obviously, if I get different colours, I've never done this before, I'll need to do it, but before it's running out, I get another pot and just swap the lids. Jobs are good. And jobs are good. So if you paint, what's your preferred choice of paint? This will be my first time using the speed paints once I get all my stuff sorted. I've got, like I say, I've got these orcs to do. I've got a big ogre which is holding a woman up upside down. That's primed, ready for dry brushing. I don't know whether to use that or not. I might have to try something else or watering it down before I do it on a big model. I may have to just do a big full bed of test print models just to do some trial and error stuff on before I actually waste, you know, before I destroy a model getting it wrong. Yeah, I may look up an easy basic model to print in mass for testing. Wondering, let me just highlight. touch up any super dark ones. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Oh well, I'm glad this live stream's working out okay, and it's actually working. I haven't hit record yet. I need to see if it'll record and stream at the same time. Oh shit, I went on a bit heavy that. don't know what it is. The last few days, all it seems to have done is rain. Pouring down out there. They're pretty much all done. Pretty much all done. Lovely jubbly. Do, 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 do. Yeah, not a bad paint. It's if you want a proper thick acrylic paint, Essentials. I think these are from the works, but I got them on eBay. Sure, it's like a £5 or something, or like £8 or something. I'm sure it's like a £5. 500ml. I think watered down. I think it just needs a little touch of watering down. It's almost like an oil paint, but acrylic. I think, like I say, watered down or a bit of that contrast medium. It might be well alright. Too bad. Do. That's one thing I need to find is my little brush soap. I've got some proper brush soap somewhere. For the life of me, don't know where it is. It's in the living room somewhere, amongst all my boxes of stuff. While I was fully incapacitated and in bed, the living room became like a throne of delivery boxes. One thing I need to order myself, a little bin. Proper little bin. I've got some milk there. Not. What I can do is put the rest of them away. I wonder how many paints I did actually get. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Put them in. just going to put them in rows of 5 and give them a good count. Interested to know how many I actually got. I'm trying to think how many are in the actual big bundle. I might Google it in a minute. I'm sure it's 90 bottles. But like quite a few of them are very similar. Like there's 4 blues that you really probably could get away with just having the one. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 47 paints. Oh, these 2 rogue ones. 49. So it's like half the set, pretty much. Just a little over half the set. So it's half the money of a full £315 set, I think it is. And I didn't pay as much as what the full set is. I'm pretty sure I paid, well, I'm not going to say what I paid. I got a good deal. Let's put it this way. I got a good, really good deal. I paid less than what it is for one out of the big sets. Oh, and obviously I got that as well. Kind of tempted to put one of them orcs together. So what's everyone up to? Let me know where you're watching as well. I need to what's the point? I need to message someone actually. I'm supposed to be delivering something potentially tonight. Do 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 do. Ooh, good. Oh, sorry, folks. Sweet. Right, I think for now I'm going to let these dry and I'll resume later and paint the lids. I'm going to get these orcs done as well. I'm also probably going to set up my screen capture so that I can show how to do supports, full manual supports, all that kind of stuff. Oh, see what my left hand's aching. Ugh. Look at it now though, it's not so vagina arm. Watch the tendons though. Watch the tendons when I move my hand. I'll do this. Look. Yummy. So yeah, still not able to walk properly. Getting there. I've been sat here for an hour and a half now. I can feel the pain meds not working. I'm starting to be in a little bit of pain. Right, I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to probably be on later. I'm glad I'll try and get Kick working because I don't know why Kick wasn't working. I'm also going to, if I'm not streaming, if I'm not recording, I can do vertical streaming to Twitch and TikTok as well. Not Twitch. TikTok and Instagram. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll probably, like I say, get these all painted tonight. All these glorious paints, look at them. Oh, nearly 50 of them. 49. Oh, I can't even move them all. But yeah, hopefully you'll see the paint will go in the recesses and everything, but you won't really see the colour on the black, just on the white. So you see all the different tones, and then I can get to see how the paints are. But some of them are like gorgeous colours. It's just not what they look like in the bottle. So wait till you see them on the actual thing, which will be cool. So yeah, see you later, everyone. Take care. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you later. Actually, I'm going to quickly hit record and see if my computer has a fit. Right, I'm going to hit record and see what happens, see if my computer dies. %% CPU at the moment, GPU is 28%, 48%, here we go. Right, so I'm going to see, because it's going to record. Only visible on stream, only visible on stream. Only visible on stream. Right, so I'm going to hit record to see what happens. I've hit record. Apparently it's recording. My CPU's gone up like 3%, 2%, 3%, and my graphics card's gone up 4%. So I'm now streaming, I'm recording in 4K, and I'm streaming to 5 different sources, or 4 different sources at 1080p, all at once. That's actually really good. CPU sitting at 9%, 12%, 9%, 12%. GPU sitting at 30, it was 34, 35, it's now sitting at 40. but I think the stream's running through NVENC 264, and the recording is through HVenc. So I don't know if that's then using two different parts of the chip or same chip, different coding, what it's doing, but that's recording apparently, so I'm going to stop that. We'll see if that has actually recorded. Nice little test. It has as well. I'm actually really impressed with that. But it's only recorded at 1080p. Not recorded the source output, it's recorded the stream output. Ah, that's a bit poo, isn't it? Don't know how I'm going to resolve that. I may have to go from an external source like OBS. Why wasn't that well, that's a shame. But then even if I keep it 1080p, it's not too bad. Quality's not too bad. We'll see. We'll see. I'll figure out if there's a way to do it. Yeah, cheerio folks. Take care.